Good morning, students. Okay, ma, we have done with our unit 3 completely. In today's class, we'll be starting our unit 4. Okay, unit 4, we have two parts. First part is data transformation, and second part is EDA. Okay, so in today's class, we'll be starting with what? Data transformation using what? DPLYR package. Using DPLYR package. Okay, to start working with that, okay, to start working with DP LR package, we need to have some prerequisites. Okay, to practice, we need to have some prerequisites. That are these two libraries. This is your data set, ma. Okay, NYC is nothing but our New York flights 13. Okay, in 2013, that is the data set, and then we need to install one more package, that is TIDV works package. Okay, what is this package is? Okay, see here. Uh, this package contains all these other packages. Okay, this package contain all these other packages. 1 second. Okay, so this is our package. Okay, DPLYR. DPLYR is our package, and our package is also a part of what? Tidyverse package. Okay, in Tidyverse, these are all the other packages we have. Once you install Tidyverse, all this will get installed by default. Okay, these are all related to what? Related to something data science. Actually, these all are related to data science. In that, we have many other things to do. Okay, what are these all packages are for? See here. For importing, we use these packages. Okay, to import Excel or XML, these are the packages. And for tidy, we use these packages. For data transformation, we use these packages, and we are mostly interested in this package. Okay, and for visualization, we use ggplot2, and for building models, and for programming. Okay, so these all packages are built in what package? Tidyverse package. In Tidyverse package, these all are by default. Means if you install this one package, by default all will get installed. Okay, even our required packet also gets installed. So instead of installing only our record package, I'm installing this in generic. Okay, directly if you use library, it will not work. Directly if you use library, it will not work. What you need to do is you need to install them. Okay. I already installed, so I no need to install once again. Okay. Okay. After installing, what you do is first we install, then we load the packages. Okay. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Okay, what is this NYC flight data? Is nothing but this data frame contains all 3,36,736 flights that departed from New York City in 2018. Flights data that departed from New York City 2013. Okay, clear? Okay, we are learning about what? Data transformation using what? DYPLR package, but DYPLR package we can install directly or it is a part of Tidyverse package. And for practicing, I'm using one data set, that is New York Flight 13 data set. Okay. Now once we'll see what is there in that flight data. So FLIGHTS flights I run. Okay, this is what the data it contains. Okay, what is that? Here, year, then month, then day, and time of okay, departure time, actual scheduled time of departure. Then it has what? Departure delay, how much delay it has departure or arriving time, and schedule arriving time. Okay. Likewise, it has data of what? Around this 3 lakhs data sets. Okay, can anyone tell me why? What is the need of transformation? Okay, generally I have a data. The data I have a data. Okay, what will you do with data? With data, you do visualization. Okay, generally I have data. Okay, with my data, what I do visualization. But what is the problem here? But what is the problem? See, visualization is an important tool for insight operation, but it is rare that you get the data in exactly the right okay form you need. Okay, it is not in the right form unit. So what do you do? So generally what you do is you have a data, then you do data transformation as per your requirement, then you do visualization. Yeah, understood now what is happening? We have data and finally we want to do visualization, but directly visualization is not suggestible because data might not be in your required format. Okay, it will be in some raw format. So what you do in between, you do what? Data transformation, then visualization. Okay, so here we are learning what is data transformation. Okay, how do we do transformation? So this is about flights data. Okay, if you observe carefully, what does that int stand for?
Integer.
Very good. uh, DBL.
Double
double. Yes. Okay. Likewise, we have how many? Actually, we have 19 columns. Here we could see only hardly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 columns. Okay. And there are more 11 columns. In 11 columns, if you observe carefully here, see here. Mm, okay. CH here for character. No worries. Then we have double. Okay. Then we have what? DTMM. What is DTMM? See all right here. Okay, here int stands for what in this data? Here int stands for integer, as your friend said. Then we have DBL, which stands for double or real number. Then we have CHR, which stands from a character vector or string. Or DTMM here stands for what? Date time. Date and time together. Okay, fine. So this is a general introduction about the data set. Now we will see what is our actual thing. Actual thing is our DVRL basics. Okay, this is our actual thing. So here in this, what we are going to learn is we are going to learn about 5 things. Okay, we are learning about 5 simple, easy functions. Okay, if we learn all these five, then that means we are done with our part A of module 4. Okay, so what we are going to learn here. Okay, first we are going to learn about, in today's class, we are going to learn about filters. If time permits, then we'll learn about arrange. In next class, we'll be seeing select, mutate, and summarize. So these are the functions which we are going to concentrate for our module 4 part A. Okay, that is what DPLR package consists of. Okay, fine. And one more also we'll be looking at it uh, together, that is group by also. Mhm. Fine. And how the arguments it is taking. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, how does it work? See, first The first argument is always a data frame. Remember, it will work only on data frame. So first argument is always a data frame. And next we have what subsequent arguments which describes what you want to do with the data frame. Okay. If you want to do filtering, on what parameters you want to do filtering, if you want to arrange, in what parameters you want to arrange, if you want to select something, so what you want to select. Okay. Those you should mention without any quotes, and finally you get the resultant. Okay, for data manipulation, these are the steps which are followed. Now we'll start our first one. Okay, that is our filter. Okay, now concentrate ma. From here we'll be using filter is directly easy, but the thing is we'll try to explore all the various options. We'll try to explore the all the various options. Suppose I want to select all the flights on January 1st. Okay, suppose this is my question. My query is I want to select all the flights on January 1st. Now tell me how to write the query. Once we'll see FLI flights data. So this is my flights data. Okay, my flights data is visible. Now my requirement is I want to write a query in which I should have see only the flights which means which were on in the month of January, and that too January 1st. Okay, only on January 1st. Yes, help me in writing the query. I will use filter. Sorry, yes, filter. Okay, sorry, filter. Then what is my data frame? What is the name of my data frame? Tell me first.
Flights.
FLIGTS flights. Good. Of what month I want?
January.
So month equal to, shall I write January or 1? See the data. Month is in integer format. That means I'm having 1, 2, 3 for integer. So I should write what? Month equal to 1. Yes or no? Okay. Comma. I want of only 1st of January. Then I'll use what? Day, column name. Day is equal to 1. Okay. Is it right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Shall I use single or double equal to? I'm doing comparison or assignment. I'm doing comparison or assignment ma. Okay. Now I'll run. See. Okay. I got the output. If you observe carefully, see here. How many rows were selected? 832. Yes or no? How many rows were selected? If you see here, observe carefully. See. 832. Total were above 3 lakhs. Yes or no? There are more than 3 lakhs in total 19 columns. So out of the 19 columns, 8 here and 11 here columns, all the 19 are selected, but only rows 800 have selected. So is my filter working fine or not? Likewise, I can go for what? Some date 5. I run. See, this is of January 5th. Likewise, if I want June 9th, tell me. I want all the flights data on the date of June 9th. Then what I should give?
In the place of month, we need to write 6.
Very good. In the place of date, we write 9. June 9th data. So this is June 9th data. See here. Month is 6, date is 9. Okay. Is filter clear, ma? Yes. Now see, when I use filter, it is showing me the data. Is it storing the selected data anywhere? Try to understand my question. In my flights, I have all the 3 lakhs records. Now when I use filter, I am getting around 900 records. Do you think anywhere my R Studio is going to save that records on
No.
its own? No. I have to save it. Okay. How to save it? See here. Okay. So if you want to save the result, then you should use the assignment operator. If you want to save your result, what result you got, you need to use what? Assignment operator. Sorry. So understood? Now same thing I'm using on Jan 1. Now I'm clearing my console. When I run, now I'll print Jan 1. See, I got the same result. Yes or no? Clear ma how to save? Suppose, see here, when I run this output, am I getting my output on the screen? No, but it is being stored here. Suppose what I want to print as well as to save. Okay, I want to print the output on the screen as well as I want to save it. Then what I can do is, see here, if I use only parenthesis on my command, when I run it, see I'm getting output on the screen as well as when I click on, see, DC25, it has been stored. Okay, understood? So R either print out the result or save them to a variable. But if you want to do both, then you can wrap the assignment in what? Parenthesis. If I wrap my assignment in parenthesis, I can do the both the things. Okay, so we are learning only filter. Learning filter will take some time now. We're trying to explore all the different options here. Clear? Yes. Next, I want to do what? Comparisons. I want to do comparisons in filter only. Okay. So what are all the operators available for comparison? Do you remember?
Greater than or equal, less than or equal to, equal to
Very,
equal to.
very good, very good. Okay, then what is here we need to learn? Already we know all these operators and everything, but there are something we need to learn. Okay, what is that? Will we say this? You know, Okay, one point you need to remember is what? The one thing we have done earlier. Now tell me, is it right or wrong? Using filter, flights is equal to month equal to 1.
Wrong.
See, I run it. I get it wrong. See, it is telling you, even it is suggesting you. What is that? It is wrong. You can't change the data. Month equal to 1 means you're trying to update it to 1. It is telling it is wrong. Do you mean this? Do you mean using this? So instead of this, if I use double equal to, okay, it will work. Instead of this, if I use double equal to, it will work. Yes or no? But do you think using double equal to is recommendable? Okay, there is a small problem with double equal to. What is that? I'll tell you. Two equal to two. Now tell me what is answer? True or false?
True.
Now tell me what is answer? Square root of 2 to the power 2.
False.
False. Observe carefully. What is square root of 2 to the cap 2? Square root and 2 gets cancelled. This is power nama, power. What is this? Like this.
True.
Square root of 2 whole square 2 equal to 2. Okay, generally we do like this now. This and this get cancelled. 2 is equal to that, sorry, double equal to true. This is true. Yes or no? So now tell me what is answer here?
True.
But I got false. But I got false. One more example. See, 1 divided by 49 into 49. I hope you understood what is this. 1 divided by 49, okay, into 49, which is equal to 1. Generally what we do, we cancel 49 by 49, 1 equal to 1, true. Yes or no? But here I get false. See, but I'm getting false. Why, can you guess? Why I'm getting false here? What is the problem?
Sir, I think we need to use brackets.
Okay, we can make it correct, but what is the problem here? What is going wrong here? Okay, the problem is floating points. Okay, you know what the problem is? The problem is floating values. First, what it does square root of 2. What it does is, it does what? First it does square root of 2. What happened? It gets something like this. Okay, 1.4. For that it will do power 2, and that is bakka not equal to 2. And here also what it does, it first does 1 divided by 49. It will come some value. For that again it will multiply with 49. That is different, not equal to true. Okay. So this is a problem you generally occur. Okay. So there is another common problem. Okay, you might encounter while using double brackets with floating point numbers. Okay, here you get trouble. So what you can do is, there is one more thing what you can do. Okay, instead of using, okay, instead of relying on double equal to, you can use near function. Instead of relying on, we can use what? Near function. If it is near to that, see, I will do the same thing. Okay, when I use double equal to, it give me false. Now see, near square root of this, it is giving true. Okay, even this it is giving true. Understood? Mind filters, whenever you're dealing with floating values, or whenever you think you may get a float value, what you should use? You should use near. Okay, so this is one thing, and one more thing is what? You need to be good at what? Using one more thing that is known as logical operators. You should be good at what? Using logical operators. Comparison, while using comparison, you should be careful only about what? Double equal to. Then we have something known as what? Logical operators. So what are the logical operators we have?
And or not,
Very
single
good.
and double and.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Double, we will look at double later on. So here general now we'll use what? That is ampersand, that is for and, pipe, that is for or, and this is for not. Okay, these are the things. But here what you need to understand is how to use them effectively. Okay, how to use them effectively. Okay, for that you should remember these things. Okay, for that you should remember these things. See here, this is your x and this is your y. Your end means it has something common. X and y, it has something common in it. But if you want to select only this part, I want to select only this part. How to select only this part is using this command. What is that command? Y and not x. Okay, understood, ma? This is your x, this is your y. You want only this part, only pure. You want only pure y part which is not overlapped with x. So for this, what you can use? You need to say y, and I want which is not of x. So this is that. Okay. If you want complete x, this is the thing. If you want complete y, this is the thing. If you want a common which is common to x and y, then you can write this x and y. If you want everything of x and y, then for that you can use what? X or y. Okay, then similarly if you want only x part which does not contain any y part, okay, then you can use what? X and not y. Clear, mark to here? And then you want what? You want only x part, only y part which are not overlapped. You want only x part and you want only y part which are not overlapped. Then you can use what? XOR of x comma y. You can use what? XOR of x comma y. Any dots here in this Venn diagram? Any doubt here? Good. Now my question is, this is my question. Okay, what is my question? I want, okay, a code, okay, to find all the flights that departure in November or December. Okay, now tell me how to write. Help me. I'll use what? Filter, that is common. Then my data set flights, that is also common. I'm talking about month. Now tell me what to write. I want all the flights that departure, okay, in the month of what? November or December. Can use like this. Month equal to 11 or month equal to 12. Will it work? Yes or no? I'm telling I want all the flights data from month 11 and month 12. Aaron, I got, see. It is 11. Following there are more 55,000. There you will find 12 also. Is this clear? Is there any other way of writing? Is there any other way of writing? Can I write like this? Analyze and tell me. Can I write like this? Hmm? So there are around for this query there are around 55,000. I will run this. There are around 26, but if you observe carefully, for what month you got? For month 1 you got, that is for January. For January you got, but your question was for what? For November or December. How come January came? Can anyone explain? Hmm? Can you tell me what has happened here? So English, in English, if you read only the English, it is true. But that is not what it has happened. Okay. What has happened here? Hmm? So it is evaluating 11 or 12. What it is evaluating? It is evaluating like this: 11 or 12. What is 11 or 12? True. True means what? 1. So it is taking month equal to 1. So that's why the output is for January. Understood? Why it came for January? But here, if you observe carefully, it came for 11. November followed by December. But this is evaluating. Instead, it finds all the months that are equal to 11 or 12, an expression that evaluates to true, okay, which is equal to what? 1, which is equal to 1. Okay. So what you can do is, there is one more thing what you can use. Okay. Okay, there is a one more useful way of doing, that is what you can use like this: flights filter flight of month in a vector 11 comma 12. Okay, see, even this you got the same output. Okay, around 55,000. I clear. I'll run it once again. See here. NOV underscore DEC. See, around 55,000. You got around 55,000. So it is right. Either you can use like this. Either you can use like this or you can use like this. Okay. But this is not preferred. Okay. This is not preferred, not wrong. This is wrong. Clear ma? Any doubt so far? Clear ma? Any doubt so far?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Okay, fine ma. Then I'll continue the remaining class tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow still we are not done with filters ma. Okay, still we have few more things in filters. Okay, once we are done with filters, then we will go with what? Maybe that our list. Okay, next class we'll be finishing filter, then arrange and select. These three will be finishing in next class. In coming classes, we'll be doing this. Okay, I'll upload the document. Please go through the document one ma. In next lab session, we'll be working on these three only. Okay, I will give you assignment on filter, arrange and select. Okay, clear? Thank you ma.